suck. I don't care what you say.
Oh
And the
God,
Lions look phenomenal. What else is
Lions
going
look
on?
amazing. A month ago, everyone was so worried about the Lions. Everyone was like putting the final nails in their coffin already after that week 1 loss. And we were so high on the Tigers. They were like 10 games ahead in the division. They were looking so good. What a difference a month makes. Now,
Right? I
week
mean,
4 of the
less than a
NFL,
month, really.
less than a month. Yeah, not even a full month, but still, a little bit of time. But now the Lions won 3 in a row. They're looking good. They're looking like the division might be, within their reach. They're looking like they could be contenders. They're looking. The schedule doesn't look that scary anymore. I know we still got Philadelphia and Kansas City. Kansas City put a hurting on the Ravens today.
They
But we'll
did.
talk about that. Yeah, we'll talk about that later. But Tigers go. They salvaged one in Boston by some miracle. Amazing catch. I don't know if you guys saw the catch. It was like a line drive out to the shortstop, and Javier Baez leapt up and caught it. Just this really incredible diving play, and it was caught like midair. It was absolutely incredible. So he pretty much saved the season there. And Will Vest was able to secure the game, but that's like the first game they won. Like I think they won two of their last like 12 games or something. I don't know off the top of my head, but I just like but yeah, they're in the postseason. Second time,
Ugh,
you know, so
I don't
first time
like
they've been
that.
in the postseason consecutively since 2013, 2014. I don't. Well, Cleveland's got this team where I don't think they're going to go. I think they're going to go far. I didn't use Chris Paddock again. Looking like Sean, only put in a starting role today. Chris Paddock, just like we have. I got some. I got a little bit of recap here. I prepared a little bit of some script. I did some pre-show preparation. Hopefully, load. But anyway, you had Javier Baez homer. He had a 3-run homer. It's the first bomb, and God knows how long. And then Tigers had a 3-1 lead. Actually, it was just they couldn't maintain it. They couldn't maintain it. Chris Paddock, four and a third innings, allowed 4 runs and 7 hits and 4 walks, striking out 5. Paddock was stretched to 100 plus pitches in this game, even with Detroit having clinched. I don't know why the hell they stretched him out so long, but Boston responded to the Javier Baez 3-run homer. David Hamilton did a 2-run homer. The bottom half to tie at 3-3. Jared Duran had another RBI double later that same inning. Detroit had runners on, like they always do. This team
Oh my
puts them on the
God.
bases, can't get them home. Everybody's batting average with runners in the scoring position is dog shit. Kerry Carpenter and Riley Green, those guys, man, it's just really getting irritating with that shit. They cannot capitalize on this. And I remember
See,
watching the last out.
that's why I'm going to stop
Yeah,
you right there. It wouldn't be so irritating
go
if
ahead.
your expectations weren't like mine. I know I've sent you some absolutely negative text messages about the Tigers,
Oh
rage
yeah,
baiting you, obviously, and you know that you don't really fall for any of my goofy nonsense. But which kudos to you. But it just got to a point, dude, where I already saw where this was headed, and I make this bold statement every time about these Tigers. If you don't have people hitting 300 on your team, at least 2 right now, then you're
yeah.
lucky you got there. You're not gonna survive once you get there. And I'm great that we're back in. It's cool that it's just another record of, oh boy, we're back in the postseason. But this postseason win does not feel like, or this clinch does not even feel right. Like watching
No,
AJ Hinch give his locker room speech was like, well, you idiots, we've been doing this all year, and for some reason you blew a 15-game lead, and you're lucky we're even popping champagne.
yeah,
Um, the the celebration was proper. There was real no reason to celebrate, because here's what's going to
yeah.
happen. No matter what we do, no matter what team goes out there, and I don't give a shit how hot they get or what cool 1990s Tony Danza led Disney movie you want to title this thing as, but the
Yeah.
Angels are not going to be in the outfield. There's no love. It's not happening,
No
dude. We
money
don't.
ball.
No, we don't have a 10-year-old who just had arm surgery and now can throw 178 miles an hour, right? This just doesn't
Yeah.
work, right? We've seen what Seattle does. They're just a home run mashing machine that hasn't cooled down. That's the thing. These teams that have been chasing and playing with us, they're still doing what we did 17 games ago, right? They're still doing it. We're not.
Yeah.
That is not the time for a World Series caliber team to cool down. I just, to me, this was already done. The rotation
Yeah.
is led by Tarek Skubal, which I'm sorry, he's on his way out. Tarek Skubal, if you got a Tarek Skubal jersey, just stop wearing it right now. If you really love the guy, try to play the guessing game of where he's going to be traded to, right? Because he's going to be gone
Yeah.
next year. He is, Tom, and you know it.
That's a distinct possibility. I mean, he's gonna command, like, his last few outings, especially against the Guardians, smacking that dude in the face off the bunt, the balk, the wild pitch, all that shit, that absolute disaster. Tarek Skubal, like, don't get me wrong, he's an elite pitcher, but he's going to command $40 million a year. He's not a Justin Verlander type. And I was thinking about Justin Verlander. Remember his 2011 season, how amazing Verlander was back then, and how he would be the stopgap. He would be the bulwark. Every time the team started to trend in the wrong direction, a 2 or 3, 4 game losing streak, Justin Verlander got to start instant guaranteed win. And Tarek Skubal, he just is not quite that guy. And for the amount of money he's going to command, I don't know. I don't know. I don't think he's one of those guys. I mean, yeah, he has a lot of good. He's one of the best Tigers pitchers. Yes, I don't want to see him go, but
I do.
I just got this feeling that,
because I know what it means. I know it's going to mean a lot of money into a pitcher who's never going to live up to the expectations of these fans, dude, who fell in love with guys like Justin Verlander. They want true aces, and he's not. And he is a true ace, but he's not Verlander. And you said it, dude. So if we can't lock him up to a friendly deal, which he wants a bag, go get a fucking bag. It ain't happening. But, dude, I'm sorry. I derailed it with my Tigers hate. We have a lot of love that we should be giving to this Detroit Lions team. Played the Cleveland Browns. For those of you who did not watch, shame on you. For those who did watch, you probably watched a pretty fun game, I thought. I thought it was a really nice game.
It was a good game, yeah.
I thought that we kept control over that mofo all day.
Yeah. They had the Cleveland Browns, led by Joseph Robinette Flacco.
Is that his middle name?
They had a 13-play, 88-yard touchdown drive right away, and it seemed like Detroit kind of on its back foot a little bit. You're kind of getting like, what the hell, man? What's going on? But then they scored 20 unanswered points. The special teams, the defense, absolutely incredible. Aiden Hutchinson with a strip sack, or 1 sack and a forced fumble. His 3rd consecutive game with the sack.
Did he not have
Cleveland's
2 sacks?
Offense was held 249. I think he might have had 1.5. I don't know.
Okay.
They're just saying 1 sack, forced fumble. But yeah, special teams and defense were the story of this game. They capitalized on 3 turnovers, interceptions, 1 forced fumble, and turned them into 17 points. That's what the good to elite teams do. They take advantage of mistakes. And then, of course, we had the Khalif Raymond running back. I mean, the Raymond running it, into the end zone, punt return touchdown. It was absolutely amazing. They had like 24 points, just defense and special teams. Goff, I think he had 168 yards. He was for 30, if I'm not mistaken. He had 2 touchdowns and an interception. Both touchdowns were from Amon-Ra St. Brown. But yeah, he didn't need elite Goff for this team. The Cleveland Browns, they got an elite defense. They did stymie the Lions for a good portion of the game. The Lions started, it was 10-20 for a while. But
they showed why they're called an elite defense.
Not do anything. Yeah, absolutely. Ooh.
Dude, look at Flacco's rating. 16 for 34, 184 yards.
Ooh.
2, yeah, that's a sound drop in itself. 2 interceptions, 3 sacks.
He got sacked 3 times. Jeez.
Ooh, 39.3. Just about as.
We did see a little bit of
Dylan Gabriel. I feel like that's how you have to say his name every time it comes up.
Oregon quarterback, like 1 snap, maybe.
Yep, he was.
But
he had a almost better passer rating with his 0 for 1.
Yeah, I know. Jeez,
Well,
jeez,
you said it, dude. We didn't
but
see elite golf, but we
yeah,
didn't have to
Flacco.
have elite golf. Look at that. Wasn't
Yeah, we
needed,
didn't need
man.
we didn't need to lead Goff. We just this is a team. The defense and the special teams carried this game. Is that just shows what a complete team the Detroit Lions are. And I know the Browns aren't any great shakes. They were a 1-2 team coming in here. I know they beat Green Bay, which look, you can hang your hat on that. Obviously, they were no match for this Lions offense. But the Lions, they scored 34 points. Just like it was like an afterthought for this team, and it's
Yeah.
just like this is just what they do. This is just what elite complete teams do. They could take a team like the Cleveland and just beat them. They had like, they don't need elite offensive. Amon-Ra St. Brown had 70 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jahmyr Gibbs.
See, now to me, the disappointing thing,
The
and
defense playing up. He had a touchdown himself. Taylor's, Aiden Hutchinson factor in this game and taking care of business at home in front of thousands of screens. That's the Detroit Lions, maybe hottest ticket in town. We got a hell of a football team here. People ready to fans bury this team after week 1. I mean, everybody screaming and shitting after that bad. And it was a bad loss against the Packers, but this team's going places, man. This team's going places. I'm going to say it. I think they're contending for the division this year. I think, it's going to be 3 straight years of Detroit Lions owning the NFC North. I don't see the Packers or the Vikings or the Bears. I think we got this locked up. I think if we played the Packers again, I think it's going to be a different tale this Thanksgiving when we play the Packers again. I think we got their number this time. None of that shit. The Lions are the team to beat in the. They are a dangerous team, one of the best teams in the NFC, and we're going to see. Oh, they're playing right now.
I was going to say, here's your
Oh, they're
Sunday
playing the
night
Cowboys.
matchup. And this is the funny thing, right? Because so we know the Packers are a good team, right? And we know the Cowboys are a garbage team. It is a franchise on the decline.
Hot
Um,
garbage.
they're hot garbage. I think honestly, they're going to be lucky if they have double digit in the win column this year. Like they'll be lucky to get 7 to 8 wins. And I kind of want to see the Packers burn and bury down Dallas, but that's not how Dallas loses. Dallas doesn't lose like that. They lose in a fanfare way. They lose almost to the point where it's like a really good song that has a shitty ending to it. Right? You're enjoying it. It's entertaining everybody. But we all know it's the Cowboys. We all know that the very end of that song is one big fart. And it's going to be a big wet fart. And the Green Bay Packers are probably going to win this game. And it's super farty. I just lost Hermdo for some reason. I don't know. I made him laugh so hard that he fell right out of the stream. But yeah, so back to the divisional comments that Hermdo made, claiming that, to me, that's not a bold claim. I think the Lions are much farther ahead of the Packers, and the only thing that really put the Packers in that conversation was the noise from the Micah Parsons trade. And while that does make them a very dangerous team, I don't think that just getting a veteran edge rusher was going to take that team and give them the edge over the Lions. We saw it today with Goff. He doesn't have to be perfect. He doesn't have to be amazing. But in a game like today, he did everything that he needed to do to get his team to completely stay in that game. You didn't have to see him try to do what Lamar Jackson did and swing that ball around and start making stupid throws. That one interception he made, yeah, that one was kind of un-Goff like, right? They seem very hard pressed to get J-Mo a deep ball. And when J-Mo dropped that first deep ball, I thought to myself, okay, well, there's not a chance in hell that they're going to keep throwing to him. That's kind of your one shot for the deep ball. But sure as shit, they did. And I'm okay with it. I don't really think that we need to beat up J-Mo about that. In my opinion, it's just another reason why It shows Goff is great and we have so many weapons, because then you just go right back to Laporta, right back to St. Brown, right back to running it with Gibbs, right back to uh, utilizing Khalif Raymond in special teams. We'll talk about that. But that's the beauty of JMO, is the offense doesn't rely around him. The only person that offense really relies around, in my opinion, is St. Brown, right? If St. Brown doesn't do anything, then it's going to be a rough game. He is the catalyst of everything. But thankfully, him and Goff seem to be completely wired at the brain. And I think we're all enjoying it. I know I am. So, want to pull up some of them stats again and take a look at the Lions game. But like I said last week, this game was going to be one of those games where we're playing an elite defense, and it's just one of those elite defenses that has to be tested throughout the league because their offense is far from elite, right? We basically took the Jordan rules and we applied it to Myles Garrett. We made sure, for the most part, there were a couple of plays that I saw where there were mismatched. For the most part, we were just trying to make sure that Myles Garrett was not having a big game, right? Because that was going to get the energy going for the rest of the corners and the linebackers and everything. And when it came to the stat sheet, he did not have that large game we're used to seeing him have. Hutch had that with his 2 sacks. So really good to see that. I'm never really worried about Jerry Jeudy. I think he's just a fast, talented receiver, but if that's your offense, I'm not too worried about it. Right, same thing with the rushing attack. I foresee Njoku wanting his way out. There's no way he can be happy with what he's done in Cleveland, and I can see Jerry Jeudy getting traded around again. I'm sure that's why Denver just had no problem moving on from his rear end. But it was nice to see the offensive line keep Goff up and keep him moving forward in the pocket. You can definitely tell when he slides up in the pocket, it's not his best quarterback play, but he still can make good decisions. And I guess that was the better part, is he didn't go out to make his best quarterback play when he was being chased and rushed, but he didn't make bad decisions, right? So it didn't hurt us. When it came to first downs, this was pretty much an even game. We both had the same amount of first downs. They outnudged us a little bit on time of possession, but when it came down to the end game, I think it came down to sacks allowed. And Cleveland allowed 3, we allowed 0, right? So they called a little bit more plays than we did. The offense was fairly balanced, but man, those turnovers too were huge, right? They had 3 turnovers, we had 1. And the one on ours is just the 4th down conversion that results in a turnover and down. So, or I'm sorry, Goff airing it out. I'm really happy to see this team take another maturity level. This is one of those games that, watching it, if you're an outside fan, you have to tell me that for you could see clearly who the bigger team was, who the better team was. And I guess as a Lions fan, it's nice to have some of these wins. It's nice to finish these things off strong. But then it gets me thinking, right? What's next? We have the Bengals coming up next. I don't really have a lot of frustration or worry about the Bengals. I just don't. To me, if the Browns that had the elite defense gives us the game they did, right? And I think they showed up and they threw almost everything at us, right? You saw Jim Schwartz do a typical Jim Schwartz thing. And I love this guy. I don't hate on him too much, but the guy definitely celebrates his own personal gains, like he won the Super Bowl. Maybe this is why he's a coordinator and not a head coach, because when they stopped us on 4th down, mind you, we are already winning the game. Gibbs, if he would have followed his block to Penne, probably would have gotten the conversion. It wasn't crucial that we had to convert. It was just one of those things where, okay, we're going to stick to the game plan and we're at least going to practice being consistent. He celebrated on that sideline like he won the game. And it was just one play where I I don't know, didn't look like anything crazy. It's not like he stopped him 5 yards back. He was short just by a hair. And again, I think if Penny would have followed that block, Gibbs, or if Gibbs would have followed that block a little bit longer, been a little bit more patient, they would have gotten that conversion. But that's just the stuff I'm talking about, right? So when you look at teams like in our division, holy shit, Chicago snuck one out against Las Vegas. Man, Las Vegas is such a bad team. Look at that old Caleb Williams, 1 touchdown, 1 interception, 73 passer rating. So Ben Johnson's winning some nail biters against some bad teams. We remember what those days were like. We do. I know as a Lions fan, I do. Where the hell is Hermdo? Did he just like get abducted by aliens? He was mid-chat and then he just disappeared. Hermdo, are you there? We miss you. Were you abducted? Did the Greys or the reptilians take you? I feel like if the Greys took you, you should already know how to outsmart them. But if the reptilians took you, you, sir, are in for a live good time. I'm trying to see if he's in here. Let's text Hermdo right now. Did you lose power? Are you abducted by aliens? All right, we're gonna see what happened to Hermdo. Kind of sad that he just disappeared. My internet took a shit. All right, it was getting a little jumpy, so hopefully he can reset everything. But as I shake this, isn't this a nice, cool hoodie? My mother-in-law just got me this for a birthday gift. It's pretty badass. It's a pretty dope Lions dude with some aviators and the beanie. I like this style. It's that chill, pissed off lion. This looks like an Alex Anzalone lion, right? With the long hair. I'm gonna assume that he's trying to reset his internet, but either way, it's kind of a bummer. Let's see. Perfect. I'm gonna do something real quick. There we go. I'm gonna make sure these chats are coming through. Yep. See, now you can see it just says Garth Wizards test, but for some reason it doesn't show up. Only this part shows up when I calc this thing up for a full broadcast, which I'll just get rid of all this stuff in here. Okay, so yeah, long story short, guys, it was a very fun, in my opinion, enjoyable Dan Campbell game. It was a here we are. Let's do. I want you guys. Let's get entrance music. Hermdo's back with us, ladies and gentlemen. All right, you had intro music. Yeah.
Did I? That's weird.
Yeah. I just played you some NWO intro music.
Oh, this fucking thing, this fucking internet are so fucking expensive and it always shits the bed on me. I fucking hate T-Mobile internet. Fuck T-Mobile internet.
You were showing those frustration faces that I had when there were some times, dude, where Hitch and I were doing this and my internet was just not cooperating. And
yeah,
I got the fiber internet, dude. That should be ripping and roaring, and it wasn't. And I was pissed. But the one thing I've learned about these lives is when we do these things live and someone just so happens to watch, maybe that's funny. And when I edit this shit
Yeah.
and I re-put it out on a Tuesday at 6 p.m., they don't see any of this crap. So who cares?
Yeah. All right. My bad. My shitty internet.
All right,
Sorry,
so let me
everybody.
recap you on what I just talked about. So I gave you kind of
Sure. Sure.
my nerdy analytical fill some time on what I thought about the Lions and the Browns game, the keys to success, blah 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 blah. Right? I said all the basic shit that we were all thinking. It was
Yeah.
kind of one of those games where if we didn't come on here and say, hey, that's how we that's what I expected to see. We were in charge the whole time. There weren't really any
Yep.
lows. There were a lot of highs. It was fun. Um,
Yep.
then I started thinking to myself, the road ahead, which, dude, that's fucking Cincinnati next week.
Yeah. Cincinnati, a Joe Burrowless Cincinnati.
Yep.
I'm not really concerned. And then after them, I think we have the Chiefs, which I'm a little worried about because it is the Chiefs. But
Yeah,
let's
no,
take a look at
it's
his schedule real quick. And
Tom.
yeah, but
As
no, go
long
ahead. Go ahead.
as here's my theory on the Chiefs. As long as Patrick Mahomes is the quarterback, they're always going to be a threat. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter
No,
what else is
absolutely,
going on. It
absolutely.
doesn't matter who his wide receivers or tight ends are married to. It doesn't matter what tackle they don't pay money to. As long as how about this? As long as Chris Jones is on the
Yeah.
defensive side and Patrick Mahomes is on the offensive side, we're good. That team is always
Yeah,
going to
absolutely.
be good. But
Yeah.
the Ravens look like they're very scattered. Their offensive line is trickled.
Yes.
The
Yes.
key to getting to and beating Baltimore is doing exactly what the Lions did. I think we wrote the script in the
Yep.
playbook on how to beat Lamar because I was driving, but I watched and heard that game, and
Hmm.
it sounded like the Lions were playing the Ravens because they were getting to Lamar. They made the running game irrelevant. So
Yep.
it's going to be interesting. You just said it. Cincinnati is a Joe Burrow-less Cincinnati. We'll see them tomorrow at 8:15 against Denver, but they're a lucky 2-1. They're not a 2-1 team.
Yes.
Um,
No.
I know they have a good defense. They have Trey Hendrickson. They have a defense that can hit you, but they're not playing on all crazy for so all eight
Yeah.
cylinders. We'll give them credit. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't know, man. We're definitely gonna have to hunker down in Kansas City, but Cincinnati lost to fucking Minnesota 48-10.
Yeah. That was an absolute beat down with who was starting for Minnesota? Was that Carson Wentz?
Mm-hmm.
Oh Jesus.
Yep.
What a
And
fucking mess that
then
was.
after that, dude, we've got the Bucks, right? So then we go right back to Monday night
Yeah,
on the 20th.
we got Baker Mayfield. Yep, yep, yep.
And you just saw what they lost to the Eagles, but that team has a lot of fight into them. You cannot, you have
Yes,
to do
yes.
what the Eagles did. You have to come out and you have to try to hold them down and hold them down as much as possible. And then once Baker
Yeah.
pops up, dude, once Baker gets hot, that's sickly, crazy, dangerous team.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
we can maybe control that narrative, right? So then you've got
I think
Vikings
so.
Lions
Yep.
back home,
Um
divisional
we'll
game.
see. How long is JJ McCarthy out for? What's going on with him?
Um, Good call. Let's look that up before we make any comments.
Yeah, before
I still can't believe that's one of Hitch's favorite quarterbacks.
well, yeah, he
Um,
won the national championship for Michigan. I think it's pretty much every Michigan fan's favorite quarterback. I
of
mean,
course,
who's less kind of
Hitch is a large Michigan fan. He hates Michigan State.
yeah.
We all know that.
Oh yeah. I know he
Um,
gives a shit about Michigan State.
it looks like so. I just typed in JJ McCarthy. Right, the first
Yeah.
thing that comes up is Vikes McCarthy out this week, maybe longer. Vikings Adam Thielen sends strong message on JJ McCarthy's future. Um, it really doesn't sound like they're like overly excited to get him back. Doesn't
Mhm.
sound like there's a timetable, but they just lost to the Falcons. So I think at this
Yeah.
point in time, anytime you can have a nice quarterback battle like we had with Harrington and McMahon, they can have with
Yeah.
JJ and Wentz. or
Yeah,
McCarthy and
yeah.
Wentz.
And then after McCarthy and Wentz, we'll see what they do. I think McCarthy has a lot of skill, leading that, that 3-score drive at the end of that Chicago Bears game, really sticking it in Ben Johnson's face. That was really impressive. I mean, he set a lot of rookie records for, not only just the Vikings franchise, but just like NFL, rookies in general, how dynamic JJ McCarthy looked and how dangerous he looked. He looked like just as dynamic and as formidable as he looked in Jim Harbaugh's offenses at Michigan. But after the Vikings, we have the Commanders, Jaden Daniels, who makes me
Well,
nervous because I saw what he did to the Lions last year.
he's not playing right now, man. He's hurt. So you got Marcus
Okay.
Mariota at the helm of the Commanders, which, again, let's not take that team for granted. That team in general,
No.
I like their head coach. They're scrappy. They're disruptive. They're not going to give up.
Yep.
They're not the Dallas Cowboys. They're not just going to give up like the worst team in America
Yeah,
does.
yeah.
They don't just lay down like the
that's true.
Cowboys.
Yeah,
So then we've
absolutely,
got
absolutely.
Lions, Eagles, dude. We're playing
Lions,
that one
Eagles.
in Philly, right? So
Yep.
get a
That's going
glass
to be scary.
get a
That's
glass
gonna
of
be scary,
water.
but yeah, I don't know how
Philly.
this defense is. Can they contain the fucking Jalen Hurts and
Physically,
the running back they have? Yeah. Can they
Saquon Barkley.
contain that off Saquon Barkley? Jesus. I
Okay,
remember him from the
physically,
Giants,
Hermdo, yes, we
Yeah.
can. But this game is going to come
Yep.
down to preparation of the coordinators and coaches. And as much as it
Mhm.
kills me, Nick Sirianni is very well prepared, and his coordinators are
Yes.
very well prepared, and they always
Yes.
game plan very well. The Eagles and the Lions both have extreme talent on both sides of the ball. So right there and
Yes.
then, it just now you're adding it's one here, one there. Really, what it comes down to is, can we out scheme the Eagles? And I think Dan Campbell can. Now, this would be awesome to do it in Philly because at this point, and I haven't looked at the Eagles' schedule, but they're freight training teams, and it would be really nice on November 16th at 8:20 p.m. to see us do something similar we did to Baltimore, go into their own town
Yeah.
in a primetime game and be the underdogs, because I don't give a shit what happens. If we win to this very minute, and the Eagles win to this very minute, obviously we're still the underdogs.
Yeah.
All I have to say is, in that game alone, take the over.
Absolutely, absolutely. Then we got the Giants featuring Jackson Dart.
Yes.
I don't know. He was making some plays today. He was making some plays against.
I'm rooting for the kid, dude. I'm rooting against Russell Wilson. And here's what I want to happen. I want Russell Wilson to not play a snap this year, and then obviously he gets cut, and then I want some other shitbag team to sign him for like 2 years for $78 million because he's
just
Russell
retire.
Wilson.
Just retire, for the love of God. You
Right?
got your ring. You got your money. You're going to be paid by the Broncos for the next 20 fucking years. Just fucking hang it up, dude. You're cooked. You're done. Every time this fucking guy is in the red zone, he airmails it. He's like throwing it up through the fucking uprights. It's ridiculous.
And what do you think Darth Vader would say to that?
That is correct. That is correct. That is correct. That is correct.
He doesn't have to say it over and over, Darth. We got it.
Yeah, but they did beat the Los Angeles Chargers today. That is something. But,
I can't believe that, dude. I really can't. I am like rooting for the Chargers for some reason. Maybe because it's Harbaugh, but I truly really liked Justin Herbert. I think you were going last week talking about, and I think you were headed this way, he would have been a great Lions quarterback.
He would have been.
And we had a nice shot at him, but I'm a big fan of Herbert's, right? So I think that if it comes down to running for a team right now that I'm kind of dark horsing for, it's the Chargers. But yeah, dude, we get the Giants. They come in here. That's a 1:00 game. It's hard to say where the G-men are going to be, but their defensive line is stacked. Malik Neighbors, though, he's out for the year. He tore his ACL.
Yeah, bummer.
That sucks, man.
Bummer,
he's super talented. Probably the only thing that scumbag town has. Let's see. Hold
Yeah, the
on.
Giants just also ran now. I mean, it's just been
They're awful, dude.
it's just been they're dog shit. Just listen to
Yeah.
Mike Valeni. If you bother listening to Valeni, wait for him to get started on the Giants and how god awful that team is. All he does is bitch and whine about the Giants. It's just like let him go on his little rant, let him have his little temper tantrum.
It's
But
kind
it's
of the
just
only
like, yeah,
reason
we
why
know
I
the
feel
Giants are
comfortable
trash.
saying that.
Yeah, exactly. But then after the Giants, we got the Packers. Round 2 with the Packers. This time they're in Ford Field.
Yep, they're home. It's
Yeah,
at the end of the season, which I like to see them home here at the end of the season because you can throw
yeah,
away that stupid Lambo advantage of the snow bullshit. You're going
exactly,
to be here
exactly.
at Ford Field where it's toasty warm, and you can go get some,
Perfect conditions.
and you can go get some barbecue, and you can go get some
Yep,
cookies, and you can go get some cold
absolutely.
beer and some pop.
Yeah,
Um,
we'll
that's going to
see.
be a fun game where I think you're going to see all the true fans come out of that one, dude. Because
Yeah,
that to me, I'm telling you, I know you think it's our division and we are going to run away with it, but I don't give a fuck. The Packers are still a team you can't cancel out. And that game's going to mean
no, you
something. It
can't.
will. It will.
They're still dangerous, and we've been slapping them around for the last 3 or 4 years.
We have.
I know that. We chased Aaron Rodgers out of there,
We
and we've
did.
been pretty much dominating them. But
We
yeah, but they're
dragged
still a
our
dangerous
nuts
team.
across Aaron Rodgers' forehead on his last game.
Yeah,
And
the most poetic. Yeah,
we
the
personally
most
escorted
poetic
him out of
justice.
town.
Yeah, we got him out of there. We punched his ticket. But yeah, the Packers are still a dangerous team. You can't count them out. I know they had that bad loss to the Browns, but still, I think they're still a formidable opponent. They're going to be at home. It's going to be a loud game. That's going to be a hell of a game. That's going to be a hell of a game, I think. And
Well,
then
and
we
then
got
speaking of sacrificing little babies, you've got Jerry Jones and the Cowboys,
ugh,
led to you by a satanic occultist owner. He's awful, and he's going to burn that franchise down. A
God
team that I
almighty.
enjoyed watching in the '90s. I did. I'll say it,
Yeah,
but they're
30
garbage,
fucking
dude.
years ago.
Tom, I'm sitting
30
here.
fucking years
I'm
ago.
on the couch. I'm up north, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I got to watch something pregame football to kind of get me. Okay, I'm going to come on here and talk with you. We're going to watch this game.
Yeah.
Give me the rundown, right? Come on, ESPN. Stop giving me a reason to try to come on here and do my own thing. Do you know what they did?
Yeah.
Do you know what they talked
What's
about the
that?
whole entire time? Jerry
What's
Jones. Not
that?
even the
Of
Cowboys,
course.
just Jerry fucking Jones.
Who
And
gives a fuck about Jerry Jones?
so
God
I
almighty.
turned
Just
it
die
off.
already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stop with the stem
Just
cells and
die
the
already.
what's that crap? That whatever. Stop. Get out. Be
Nobody
done.
cares what
Bye.
you did with Emmett Smith and Troy Aikman and all those. I mean, yeah, okay, but America's team. Enough of this. And hopefully
Here's my response to that. You had a really good football team back 30 years ago in the 90s, and
yeah,
it was pretty easy to win with them because they had really good players and you bought the best coach. Like,
yeah,
God rest his soul, Mike Ilitch. If he was still alive and he was sitting there going, I'm going to build me a team just like 97, and he was making all the decisions, and he kept calling for Scotty Bowman, and Scotty hasn't been there in a long
yeah,
time. Like, that's Jerry Jones right now, right? You know damn
yeah.
well he slipped up and said, get me Dion, get me Michael, and you're going, what? You mean CD? Yeah, get me him, right? He's just so fuck him. So,
Yeah.
anyways, we're going to beat the Cowboys. That's home. That's in
Yes.
Detroit, which at that point in time, you're going to find out Jerry Jones was on the Epstein list and he'll be in jail. So we'll move on
Yeah.
to that as a W. And I love this game right here, Lions-Rams, end of the season.
Yeah.
Anytime we play Matty Staff at the very end, it's always going to be good. I don't give a shit. The Rams
Yes.
will be good because they're a good team. You know it.
Did
You
see
know
the
it.
88-yard? Did you see the 88-yard play Stafford pulled off today? It was pretty.
I mean,
pretty
Tom,
wild.
it's all he ever did here was do that.
Yeah.
Come from behind.
I know.
I mean, it's cool to watch from afar, but I really like this whole like organized, clean, efficient, deep pockets.
much-
Now, the Rams had that at one point in time, but they sold their soul
Yep.
and went all in on a Super Bowl.
Yeah, which I mean, that's still one of the craziest trades, and it seems to be the most mutually beneficial trade in modern football. But how much gas does Matt Stafford have left in the tank? He's 37 years old. He's been in the league 18 years now. But he's still a dangerous guy. He's still a dangerous, quarterback. He still has a lot of weapons around him. Sean McVay, you can't count him out. But we're going to be in LA for that game. I think it'll be a bit of a challenge, but I'm not super worried. These last few games, the only games I'm really worried about, like that really kind of scare me, it's going to be Chiefs, Eagles, Packers, maybe. But I don't know, maybe Commanders if Jaden Daniels. I mean, people saying he's kind of having a sophomore slump this season, but Buccaneers maybe. But 5 or 6. I mean, the Lions can still be like a 12-win team here. I think they can still do some damage. I think they're going to play up to these teams. But for the most part, I'm really not that concerned. I'm not concerned like I looked at the schedule earlier, and I'll admit I was a little concerned at the start of the season, a little concerned after week 1, but after the last 3 weeks,
here's why you were concerned. I'm going to tell you right now. This game right here, Lions-Ravens, that scared the living shit out of everybody. And we knew, Tom, and we said it, and we can go back. We said it. That game will set the tone. If we lose that game by a lot and we get shit on, dude, this whole season's going to be a roller coaster. But if we can handle that game, even if we could lose that game gracefully and handle that game, like if it was 38-30 and we were on the other side, either way, both teams in that game played phenomenal football.
Yes.
That's why it was a good game. So it was going to be the eye test. Now, okay, did we really meet the eye test by playing the Browns? Yes, they're the Browns. They have the number 1 defense, even though it's week 4. So the sample size is small.
Yeah.
And there haven't been a lot of people to get hurt yet. But okay, we didn't get hit by the Browns. We didn't let them do what they're trying to do for a special season. Now the Bengals, they're not a special season team. Without Joe Burrows, they're nothing. They can still beat us if we're stupid, but I don't see this team walking into Cincinnati on the road at 4:00 going, all right, let's be stupid with this team. I just don't. They've had those funny locker room moments now, and I think to them, they're just so focused on the next game because of last season. They went 15-2, and they still didn't make it to the Super Bowl. They're going, don't get this excited right now. No, we cannot. Yeah. I agree with you. This season's wide open. There's not too many games I'm worried about. There's some games that I think are going to give us a lot of a test and a heartbreak. And as long as we stay healthy, we stand a chance in all of them. I do want to see us play the Steelers because one of Jason, my son's, I would probably say, let's call him the GOAT of coaching, right? He's the best coach that, like, from all levels, even though he coached my son at soccer at a small level, he's like Bill Parcells level. He's just that guy. He's an elite type of guy. He's a Steelers fan, and we chat all the time. And he hates Aaron Rodgers, dude. He hates him because of how much of a disciplined coach this guy is. He's like, that guy is everything I can't stand in a player. He's like, that's who I tell my kids not to be like. So that's a game, dude, where I want us to, you just said it. We ended his career as a Packer. Let's do it as a Steeler. End of the season.
Yeah.
You got a 1-year deal.
Get this fucker. God, just get the fuck out of here, Aaron Rodgers. Get you and Jerry Jones. And you know what? Throw Matt Stafford in there too. All these old fucks. Get these old fucks the fuck out of the league. Fuck Aaron Rodgers. I'm done with this shit. This fucking conspiracy theory bullshit. It's only, I mean, no offense, but no, I'm tired of this fucking guy. I'm tired of this clown, this fucking egomaniac. I'm tired of him sucking himself off.
Listen,
I'm tired of this shit. Fuck off, Aaron Rodgers. Go away.
He's not even a good conspiracy theorist anymore. The only reason that made him like almost like hip and cool with an attitude is because he took a stance on vaccinations. Great.
Yeah.
Doesn't make you the next coming of Christ and Savior of the conspiracy party. That's my party, right? There's the Republican Party, the Democratic Party, then there's the conspiracy party. He's not even good at that anymore. just like being a quarterback.
No.
He's not undeniably good at anything anymore. He's
Yeah.
not even funny to listen to talk on Pat McAfee anymore. I don't really care.
Yeah.
He's kind of like all the guys that you were talking about on some of your videos. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
Great, you're off
He's
TV,
cooked.
you're on TV, you're cooked. We don't care anymore.
It's-
You're done.
I don't give a fuck about this guy.
No.
I'm just tired of him. I'm tired of the circus around him. I wish he would just go away. I wish it could just be Aaron Rodgers free. It's been 20 years of this fucking guy.
It really
Enough.
has,
just
man.
go away.
It really has. It's like if you think if there was ever like we were talking about shows that were overrated. If there's ever a quarterback that's been overrated, it's starting to be Aaron Rodgers, right? Like it's starting to dwindle and water down what he did when he was good.
Yeah, it's just like his legacy. It's just one of those guys. He's a journeyman. The whole fucking remember the Jets? Like he followed like Brett Favre's path for a minute.
Oh,
he went to the Jets. They had the one wide receiver from the Packers. They had the whole thing. They thought they were going to tear it up. The Jets. I mean, his very first game as a Jet, like a few minutes into the game, he tore his ACL or whatever that was. It's just been an absolute unmitigated disaster. He has done untold damage to his brand and his legacy. And the guy was elite.
You just said it right there, his brand. And that is the most important thing in football if you want to extend after. And dude, you can, like I said, you can be as conspiracy as you want. But if you're not on the pulse of that shit and you're not right, then that tarnishes your brand in that market. He's kind of like you said, he's cooked. His brand is diluted. There is no brand.
Yeah, he's done. He's done. I mean, I'm tired of hearing about the guy. I'm tired of seeing him. Just we'll do this little dog and pony show on the Steelers. Whatever. You looked cute and funny. There's a little bit of a storyline. He beat up on the Jets, Aaron Glenn's first game, and we know the Jets are no great shake. I mean, Jets are a bigger joke than the fucking Giants are at this point. At least the Giants have fucking Super Bowls. But
the Jets are bad, dude. And I know a lot of people on TikTok called me out and said, okay, well, Aaron Glenn went to his former team and he's doing the same thing Dan Campbell did. But like, and not to say that the Lions are a better team to do that with, but like the Lions were at such an all-time low that it was at that point where the ownership was like saying, hey, we want the best of the best. We know we sucked. The Jets every year act like they are amazing. Woody Johnson is another, like basically my opinion of Woody Allen is the same thing I feel of Woody Johnson. He's creepy, he's old, and he's creepy and old. And that's just the way I feel.
He just doesn't give a shit. He's an idiot. It's just the whole management is a fucking mess. You haven't been relevant. I mean, Mark Sanchez was the last quarterback who looked like he could actually win something for you. That's how pathetic that is.
Chad Pennington in my eyes.
Yeah, Chad Pennington, you could put him in there too. Rex Ryan was your last. I mean, I remember how the team was hot for a while.
They were
late 2000s, 2010.
They had Darrell Revis Island.
Darrell Revis Island.
Yep.
But they did beat the Patriots in the postseason. I mean, they did have some good wins here and there, but it's just been an absolute clown show for over a decade now. And you got Justin Fields out there looking lost, and it's just an absolute mess. But
they have a bye week this week.
God bless Aaron. I think so.
Okay. But, I'm trying to look up some stats on them, and I'm like, are they so bad that they don't even play anymore?
Yeah, but what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, Aaron Rodgers. But the whole thing, all this flash and flare, it's obviously going to happen. What?
They play on Monday night. No one cares anymore. They play against the careless Miami Dolphins, another team.
That's a Monday night game?
That is the most.
In the year of our Lord?
Yes,
2025.
That is in the year of our Lord. That is the most poopy Monday night game you'll ever see.
Oh my God, the Dolphins!
Yep.
Who gets a concussion first? Jesus.
Yeah, that's going to be it.
It's the concussion bowl.
It's the concussion bowl.
Bowl.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's my brain is pudding leaking out of my fucking ear. Good God.
I love these catchy names. Well, look at this brain stew leaking out of my ears. The Dallas Cowboys have 2 points because they blocked an extra point. They blocked a point at PAT. Dak Prescott, 3 for 5 for 15 yards. Look at them stats, dude.
Oh, my God. Is he like Are you serious?
Look at their rushing yards. Look at their offense. Nothing.
It's been almost a full. It's been almost a full half. 11 yards, 5.5 yard
Second
average.
quarter,
Jay
yeah.
Ferguson,
Garbage,
Pickens.
dude.
What the fuck, dude?
I know. I'm telling you, this team
Oh
is
my
awful.
God.
This team is at like if I was a Dallas Cowboys fan, I would be looking
Yeah.
to trim cap or trim money anywhere I could. They've possessed the ball
Exactly.
8 minutes out of 17. And I'm not even sitting here
Oh
trying
my
to troll
Lord.
these losers. I'm being serious.
58 total yards. 58 total yards in almost a half. Not to cut you off, but
I would be calling up Jerry Jones right now because he probably still has a house phone.
yeah.
And I would say, listen, dude, when you're done doing weird things in your bunker, I need you to come up and I need you to get rid of all these guys. At least cut the cap space.
Yeah.
So when we're watching this atrocious football, that we're not actually paying these guys a lot of money, because I don't have to tell you Dak Prescott is still paid like an elite quarterback.
Yeah,
right?
that's the biggest joke. God, he stinks. You know, we should just shit talk all the other quarterbacks. The fucking Aaron Rodgers, the Dak Prescotts, the fucking Russell Wilsons, all these old fucks. I mean, Dak's still kind of a young guy, but what has he shown you? What has he done?
Dude, and you're not, it's funny, you're naming all of Hitch's favorite quarterbacks. He loves Dak Prescott. He loves Russell Wilson. I mean, these are some of the jerseys that he secretly wears all the time.
Yeah.
He won't wear a Lions jersey, but dude, he will put on a Dak Prescott jersey all day. It's weird.
Jesus. For what?
I don't know. He's a strange
Dak Prescott done?
I don't get infatuated with Dak Prescott. He says something about his leadership skills and something about his hairline. I don't know. The guy likes his hairline.
His leadership skills
and his hairline.
Oh my Lord!
Something weird about that.
I wish you could drop every. You know, remember we dropped 50 on the Cowboys last year.
Yes.
During Jerry Jones' birthday, his old wrinkly 90-year-old ass was out
his
there.
Birthday.
He looked like he was watching one of his children get shot. Just like
he was.
This look on his face. He looked awful. He looked like he was ready for he looked like he was in hospice care. He was at the point where his relatives were visiting him in the hospital.
I think that was his third 88th birthday. He's turned 88 three times now, 3 generations.
I know, but Jesus Christ, it's just
look at this. Is this not a bold statement? 1-3 for the first time in Lamar era.
Man. 1-3. That shows you what a kind of quarterback Lamar is, at least in the regular season.
Well, and I mean, he's just as good as the rest of his team, and not to downplay, but that's what's going to separate Pat Mahomes from Lamar, is that Pat Mahomes has done it with less and Lamar can't do it with less. And I'm not saying he should, but he's just not making a case for himself, dude. It's closing up, because you look at guys like Josh Allen and he's undeniable. There is no denying how good Josh Allen is. You don't have to worry about him. If anything, you just want the Bills. If you're a Bills fan, you want to just keep surrounding him with more explosive talent. Like, I know if the Bills had a combo like a Jahmyr Gibbs and a Montgomery or a St. Brown or a J-Mo, they'd be in love.
They'd be a dynasty.
They would be a dynasty. They really would. They have everything else. And when you're already doing so much with Josh Allen, think about what little you'd have to do. But yeah, dude. So Lamar looks human. We wrote the script on how to beat him, in my opinion. The Dallas Cowboys are atrocious, and the New Orleans Saints are even worse. And if there could be anything even worse, if we really want to get negative, it's the Carolina Panthers. I don't care that they're 1-3 and New Orleans 0-4. Carolina, dude, is awful. And someone threw a stat up and said at the one point, Carolina had Sam Darnold and they had Baker Mayfield as their quarterback on the same roster. And they mailed it all in for Bryce Young, who was 18 of 30 for 1 touchdown and 1 sack. Did not a bad guy, but not someone who you're put your franchise on, right?
Right. No, but Bryce Young, he was undersized coming into the league. Yeah, he was dynamic in Alabama. So was fucking everybody. But so was
exactly.
Look what happened to him. But it's just like he's not the guy. He looked like he was coming into his own a little bit last year, and he looked like maybe he's be a little bit dangerous.
He looks like a guy who shouldn't be a quarterback for the Panthers if you put him somewhere else and let him develop. probably would do a nice job,
he's
but
not. They got to keep him behind somebody for a while. He's not ready for the starting gig. But I mean, they're gonna get Hendon Hooker in there before they get fucking Bryce Young. But I'm just
look who he's
silly,
throwing
but,
to. Hunter Renfrow is the only name on here that I can name or give a shit about. And as far as who's running the ball, I mean, dude, what part
Travis
of
Etienne,
yeah, I guess no, he's not there anymore. Who is this? What more? David Moore, exactly. It's not even DJ Moore.
Yeah.
Like, you got to feel bad for anybody that's playing for Carolina because they're not even, they haven't been around long enough to have an obnoxious fan base, but they're kind of like the Arizona Cardinals. It's like, do we really need you guys as a team? What do you do?
It's just one of those like also ran teams. It's just one of those teams you keep forgetting. There's all these teams in the league. I know Carolina, they made some noise in the early 2000s. They made some noise with Cam Newton. They had some good teams. They had some talent on the team, Luke Kuechly and whatnot. But, I mean, for the most part, Carolina's just like an also ran. They're one of these teams. I know it sounds weird for me coming from a Lions fan, but it's just like they're one of these teams you forget they exist, you know.
For a good reason.
I mean, they've been irrelevant for the better part. What that one coach.
God, they did go to 2
Ron
Super Bowls.
Something or other.
Ron Riviera.
Yeah, they did. They did go to 2 Super Bowls. Yeah, Del Home. Yeah, I remember those days. But it's just like they're pretty much. Yeah, I mean, are they just a quarterback away? I don't know, but we did touch on the Saints. I know the Saints are hot garbage. But I did see some comparisons. Dude. I did see some comparisons between Drew Brees and Jared Goff, and it kind of made me raise an eyebrow. I don't know if you could look that up, but
yeah, I think that's a great stat to look at.
Yeah, if you look, I saw it on Facebook. I don't know if it's still on there, but there's some comparisons, and he grades out almost as good as Drew Brees, if not maybe on the same level. And it's kind of scary to think about because Jared Goff, I mean, he's just not a flashy guy. He just doesn't, he's a very workmanlike guy. He just takes apart teams very slowly. He's one of these guys. He almost looks bored sometimes out there, but I mean, he's a guy. That's what makes him scary. I mean, I'm scared of Jared Goff, but look at these numbers here.
Okay, so we're going to make this even bigger. And it says, so Drew Brees, overall stats, games, Jared Goff's already outplayed him 134 to 122. I'm assuming this is timing-wise. Let's see. Completion rating, they're not on 65.6 to 64. Interceptions, he's got a few less. Passer rating
through like the same amount of time.
95.7 to 91.9, and he's edged him on everything other than rush yards attempt. So basically what they're saying is this is the diabolical stat that he is projected to be from a overall, and like you just said, he's already better than Drew Brees.
Yeah, that's wild to think.
And I loved watching Drew Brees play.
Oh, Drew Brees was the truth, man.
Now maybe this is why I like Goff so much.
Yeah, I was so happy when New Orleans won it that year. But that
me too,
city
man.
needed that. I mean,
they sure did,
it was
dude.
A great storyline. That was great, man. That was great. That was one of the few. I never get involved in like that, but I remember watching the New Orleans Saints win that year. The
Bring back Bounty Gate too.
A little bit annoying, but yeah, that too.
Start letting these guys
all the gates.
Dude, bring back Gates.
Yeah,
we need Gates in football.
But I want
all Gates. Antonio Gates.
Yes, all Gates. Antonio Gates, that too. But but it just shows you. I mean, Jared Goff is under fucking rated, man. The guy, I mean, he's not. But like I said, he's not flashy. He doesn't draw the attention the guy like Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson draws. But he's still just as good.
My wife made the comment of like, what does this guy got to do to get everybody to just stop shitting on him? Because it's funny, we're driving home, right? And I'll trash anyone on local radio outside Mike Valeni. And it was one of those Lions after shows. And they had, I don't even know who the fuck they had on. But he, of course, the first thing he does is he takes a caller. And it's just, we just win this game, right? The Browns win, and he's like, really sucks. They should have just put Tesla in right away and took away JMO. And I don't know about Goff. And it's like, what? It's like we won the game. We did a really nice job. Jared put some great numbers up again. And it's like,
Yeah,
what the fuck does this guy have to do to where you just go, just shut up about him, leave Goff out of it, right?
I know.
So,
What else? I mean, the Lions fans are so goddamn brain dead, man. I swear.
well, and
But
that's why, was this guy a
appreciate what you
fan,
got, man.
right? Was
Yeah.
he a fan, or was he just some industry plant that they were trying to get,
I don't
people
know about
riled up?
Goff.
Yeah. It's like, what
Fuck
the hell
off,
you don't
dude.
know about?
Tired of that shit. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Appreciate what you have. These
Yeah.
fucking fair weather fucking like hanger on fans, man. We don't need these fucking people.
No, we do not. We do not need these
Oh my
hangarounds.
god.
Yeah,
They haven't suffered like we've suffered, Mark.
No, they don't
They gotta
understand,
learn.
dude. They don't
God
understand. And that's the funny thing
Oh
about
lordy.
a team like New Orleans. I don't know what you're hanging on for, Tom.
Yeah.
I really don't know what that team's hanging on for.
I don't know. Who's their starting quarterback this year? I forgot.
It's Spencer. What the hell is
Rattler?
his name? Spencer Rattler.
Spencer
Yeah.
Rattler.
He was 18 of 27 for 1 touchdown.
Ooh, baby.
I
Spencer
know.
Rattler. What are we going to do with our boy Spencer Rattler? That
He's
just shows you, man. It's just I didn't want the Lions to turn into that. Like, I remember near the end of Stafford, and I'm just thinking to myself, we're going to trade him. I don't want one of these also ran quarterbacks, one of these journeyman guys coming in here.
No.
Like, situation. I know they had, like, there's guys like Ryan Fitzpatrick out there back then, but, I mean, like, he
Dude,
might
it's
be
hard
a
to
little bit of a
picture.
mean magic, but
Yeah, it's hard to picture these guys, some of these guys in Lions jerseys. And when Fitzpatrick was coming to your town, it was like, God damn, this isn't what we want. This is the tide over. We don't want the tide over.
Yeah. He's just a bridge guy at the very best.
Because we were giving Stafford up with still a lot of time.
Yeah. He still had a lot of good years left in him, but he clearly wasn't. He was just done. It was just done. Every Lions fan understood. That's one thing we were simpatico on. Stafford is done. But after Stafford, just like I could appreciate what kind of quarterback he was. But I just knew, like, my biggest fear was the Lions were just going to get some also ran quarterback like we've had for the last 50 fucking years.
Yep.
And just be one of these teams like a Carolina or like a New Orleans or like a New York Jets, where they just get some guy off the scrap heap. They just like pray to God, maybe he can be like 15 for 40 and get us like 1 touchdown and like 3 interceptions or some shit. It's one of these guys that's just a total fill-in. But, that's why we got to appreciate Jared Goff for what he is, man. I mean, God almighty. I mean, I don't think that's asking too much, because the guy just goes out there and he just takes care of business. He's a businessman. He does what he has to do. He's not flashy. He's not one of these guys that draws a bunch of attention, He's just a dude that comes in there and methodically, surgically beats you.
I mean, he's top 5 in QBR right now with Lamar, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Goff. I mean, I'm pulling the stats up right now. Danny Jones is the only one up in there that I think those numbers are a little inflated, because we know he's not going to stay number 1. But
no,
yeah, dude, he's a G, dude. I love him.
Yeah, absolutely. Daniel Jones, what a nice story that was. I know they lost today though, but still.
Yeah. And then hey, let's look at the bottom end of quarterbacks. Let's tell me who you think the bottom number 32 is.
Spencer Rattler.
It's Cam Ward. Poor guy.
Cam Ward.
Now, take a guess who 31 is.
Jeez. Would it be? I'm just gonna Russell Wilson.
Close. It's Flacco, then Russell Wilson. Then
Tua
Tagovailoa, Carson Wentz, Bo Nix. We're going to skip Jaden Daniels because he's missed games, but then Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, Aaron Rodgers. Gotta like that one.
Oh, God, Trevor Lawrence. Jesus.
Aaron Rodgers and Kyler Murray. They're right there with each other, and Geno Smith.
Yeah, Kyler Murray. That's so that like rounds out like the bottom 6 or 7 or whatever.
Yep.
Yeah. What a disaster. I mean, Kyler Murray, that guy's he's shot too.
He's garbage.
His
should have played baseball.
He's garbage. We know what he is. He should have just played baseball. He's not a big league quarterback. All these guys, all this Alabama refuse, just like get these fucking bums out of here, man.
100%.
It's just appreciate what you have. Imagine having Kyler Murray. I remember how we Lions fans went ape shit. We wanted Tua so bad. We wanted Tua badly, man. We wanted to trade for him. We not to trade, but we wanted to draft him so bad. I think it was at Herbert draft too. And yeah, Herbert would have worked out amazingly here, but I mean, people were dead set on Tua. They wanted him bad. It was just then there was that Malik Willis. I mean, it just highlights some of the goofy shit that Lions fans wanted. But look at what Tua, and it's not his fault. He's taken some absolutely gargantuan, horrific injuries.
Totally mismanaged. Totally mismanaged.
Totally mismanaged. And we know what that's like. We saw it with Javid Best, just a guy that just really is not capable. He doesn't have the wherewithal. He doesn't have the physicality to stay healthy. And it's a real shame because you see it derail a lot of guys.
Yeah,
but
you saw with DeAndre Swift. Look at him. He always looks good for a little bit, and then he's going to get hurt, and he won't finish the season.
Hurt. Yep. Marcus Davenport, too, even though he's not quite on that level. But yeah, it's just one of those things. I mean, I feel bad for Tua. I hope he gets, I just think, he's just not going to be. This is what he is. This is what he is. There's no.
Well, we got somebody up in the chat. Whoever independent Aquaman is, other than the Bears this season and the Texans last game, whichever team loses to the Lions loses their next scheduled game regardless of who their opponent is. Packers were exposed as frauds. I like the name and I love the comment. Our D is sufficient, neither lucky nor elite. Our corners and safeties are our D's Band-Aid for when our D-line doesn't pressure other quarterbacks enough. Not That's wrong. Fair. We're definitely sufficient. You're right. Yeah. We're not a lucky nor elite. Okay, so real quick on the corners and the safety comment. So the corners, DJ Reed, he's hurt. Sounds like he's going to be out for a couple games. The safeties, dude. Brian Branch. I love you, dude, but sometimes you just piss me off with these bonehead penalties. We talked about that. Man. We did. Kirby, I don't really have a lot of negativity. You're still a leader. You're still a ball hawk. But I mean, he's right. When your D-line isn't consistently getting that pressure and they're taking a little bit of time, it's like, okay, how long can you let the secondary keep fighting the good fight? So, love to see what an independent Aquaman looks like. I think there's an image. I don't know. It's pretty cool, though.
Absolutely. But, you can't discount, Terry and Arnold. He had a rough game against the Ravens, but he kind of came on in the second half, looked like he was able to kind of stop some of the receiving at the end of the second half. But he had an injury today. He had a shoulder injury. I don't know what the update on that is, but still,
Amik Robertson continues to play top notch. It's playing like a number
Amik Robertson really impressed me today. I think Amik Robertson's good. I'm not too worried about the defensive backs at this stage.
No, but I'd like to see a game where our defensive line unequivocally, undoubtedly makes a statement. Maybe that's the Cincinnati game. Maybe we beat Jake Browning into I mean, we've done really nice, but maybe that's the game where we go out and go, holy shit, these guys are just like setting the tone, right? Like our commenter just said, we doesn't have to be anything, we just don't want it all to be on the safeties. All right. So
exactly.
We have another comment. So we've got nothing to see here. Says any news on Reed. Hermdo, didn't you just say something on DJ Reed?
I talked about Terry and Arnold, but
okay.
Let me take a look. DJ Reed.
Plug it into the Hermdo machine and see what you get.
This is from 4 hours ago. DJ Reed was injured during the Lions-Browns game.
He now has superhuman legs.
We're running in coverage. Carr was brought on the field, and he was, oh, God damn it, they want me to pay. Oh, you fucking cunt bitch.
Probably the free press. You probably went to the free press.
The fucking free. I did.
Stop doing it, dude.
Shortly after, I know. You leave me. I don't want to buy your goddamn paper. Anyways.
So here we go. I got it. It says, are you looking like Walter Week? Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to be week to week.
DJ Reed, left hamstring, week to week, depending on the severity of the MRI. So that's what it seems like. Our Aquaman is back. One more thing. Sorry. Don't say sorry. We love the comments. We love them. A team's O-line is supposed to help the quarterback stay on the field as long as possible to keep the D refreshed so they can make turnovers instead of trying to have enough energy Yes, that is a
Yeah.
great point. Something
Yeah,
that I
but the
think.
offensive line, yeah.
Go ahead, speak on that line.
Yeah, I'm not really too concerned about the offensive line last couple games. So,
No,
um,
no.
no, yeah, but uh,
Yeah, we hope it's
yeah,
nothing
I mean,
severe.
Goff was able to do what he had to do. Yeah,
Hey, how about this? Nothing to see here. We hope it's nothing to see here. That's what we hope is. That's so
yeah.
bad.
Hopefully
Sorry.
that. Yeah, hopefully I don't. Yeah,
But yeah, no,
have to
DJ
see
Reed
blown
had
up
that
against Jacksonville
lovely
instead. Yeah,
interception. He's sluck in for
yeah,
Carlton Davis the third. I love the way he's played. I love the way he's shown up. With him being out a couple of weeks, better now than later. I don't know. That's the only positive thing I
yeah,
can say to that. And Amik Robertson and some of these folks right now, yeah, they look to be holding it down, dude. I don't.
yeah.
Tell you
They
what I
got the
like to
depth
see.
right now. Yeah,
They do knock on buckets,
yeah,
but
yep. So I'm not too concerned about it. I think they got the depth. I think Amik Robertson can stick up,
yeah.
or he can fill that spot for a while. Um, I'm not. Yeah, with the rest of the fill-in pieces, I think the secondary is going to be. It'll be fine. We got. We'll be able to compete. I'm not super concerned. If Brian Branch goes down, then I'd probably be like, yeah, but
Well, and
it
here's a
is what
name
it is.
too. Let's look at Rakia Sin, a big signing that I thought was really cool. Showed up big in preseason. He's been great on
Yeah,
special teams. I think if you want to see anybody slide over, this was an Alabama corner. He had a lot of praise coming out, and I think this is a guy that now that the pressure's off, he's been a
yeah.
really nice backup in his career. And I think with DJ Reed coming out, maybe we see a little bit more Rakia Sin, especially with the way that Terran Arnold isn't really good at keeping his hands to himself. I can tell you right now that some of those weren't
No, he's
penalties,
not.
but he's just targeted right now. So, it's kind of
Yeah.
interesting.
They got
Good to
his. I
see
mean,
Roy
that
Lopez,
play
though.
last week where his helmet bumped into that guy's chest.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
silly, dude. That's silly. But Roy Lopez was out there. I'd like to see him up the middle. I think DJ Reader had another kind of quiet on the stat sheet, but I saw his big bear paws out there. Didn't really see a lot from,
yeah.
and it didn't show up on the stat sheet. But our first round draft pick, Tyleek Williams, I didn't really see his he didn't cross my eyes,
No,
unless he didn't play and I
he had
looked
a
like an
quiet
asshole.
game.
But I think he was on the field.
Did he play? Shit,
I'm pretty sure he played. Pretty sure he played.
I don't know. Yeah,
So we're saying at minimum out 10 days. Worst case scenario is over 150 days, depending on what they do with their time off. So yeah, hamstrings injuries are a miss and hit. Independent Aquaman, again, excellent
yeah.
with that one. So we got one here, for example, Caitlin Clark repeatedly aggravates her hamstring injury due to prison balling opponents, corrupt refs, and not resting her legs enough before trying to play again. That's actually true. You want to
Yeah.
talk about hers was groin, not hamstring. In the WNBA, it doesn't matter. At least, how about this? The WNBA
Yeah.
is just glad we're talking about them right now. So thank you for bringing it up.
Yeah. Oh God, WNBA.
Another thing Hitch loves, dude. He's season
Stop
ticket
trying
holder.
to make.
And we don't even have a team in Michigan, and
I don't
he's
want to
still
see
a
women
season
do
ticket
anything.
holder, right? They don't belong in sports.
You had the Detroit Shock. They actually won a championship, and nobody gave a fuck.
I know. Not even Bill Lambier, who was their coach. He wasn't even there for the game.
Yeah.
But
I
no,
know.
dude, this is what you get when you get Fan Forum After Dark. But it's true though, dude. You've got look at this.
Yeah.
What basically Independent Aquaman is saying is load management, right? So if DJ Reed is going to get hurt and he doesn't have to come back right away, do you really give a shit when he's coming back as long as he's coming back, right? So I'll tell you what though. I knew this was going to come up. When Hutch went down, I almost died. That's true. I had to keep everybody in the room.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, he's down. I'm like, no, he's okay.
Watching that
Don't
leg
worry.
break.
Well, even this game, Hermdo, dude, his arm,
scary. Yeah, definitely.
Bump checks a guy and he gets a stinger on his arm and he's on the ground kind of like shaking his arm and you're like, and I just kept telling everybody, as long as it's not broken, who cares?
Yeah. I've only saw like bits and pieces of the game. You got to forgive me.
Oh, that's true. You were out making that money.
Oh Lord.
Look at this one.
There's corruption in the WNBA.
I love it.
Corrupted. I mean, people care enough about the WNBA to corrupt them? Really?
Well, I'll tell you why. Because there's money to be made. There's exactly money to be made on that one. And that's another thing that I had to say. Everyone wants to know where Hitch has been. He has been an integral part of bringing this team back to Detroit. So he was a season ticket holder of 3 of the, what is it? I don't know how many teams there are, but he holds season tickets in 3 different cities in 3 different states. And he's been working tirelessly to bring the WNBA back to Detroit. So he's taken some time off the fan forum to make sure you have your women's basketball.
Ugh, why?
Why? Okay, so regarding Hutch, did you know that the Lions sent grievance reports to the NFL this past Tuesday that the Packers and Bears and Ravens already repeatedly targeted Hutch's knee? I did not know that. Did you?
Oh, me neither. No, I didn't know that. That's news to me.
I did not know that. They had a tripping call in this game too that I was kind of shocked about. I'm going to look this up right now. This is a good conspiracy.
Go.
I wonder. I bet you I know what country's behind this. Oh
boy.
Here he goes again. Yeah. Okay. So the Detroit Lions tell the NFL Aiden Hutchinson's being targeted low. And that's actually wow. That's kind of sad that they have to do this.
Yeah, that's pretty pathetic. I mean, disappointed, but not surprised. This is just what NFL is at this point. And I love football, but it's just that people are going to do this kind of shit. It's just to be expected. A lot of dirty motherfuckers in this league.
Well, and it's like I can understand you like a double teaming the guy or trying to maybe trip the guy or something like that. But if you're intentionally trying to end his career, right, and hit that like sore part, that just sounds sad. That just sucks, dude. Like that's pretty rough, man.
It's pretty pathetic. People are fucking animal. I mean, some of these players are fucking nut jobs, man.
Well, and if they're being paid to do it, they're trying to make a name for themselves. I mean, how can you not make a name for yourself, right? That's what they want.
Right.
Let's see. Yeah, here, I'm going to share this. Let's do this. Lions have raised issues with the NFL about opponents targeting Aiden Hutchinson low. Returns from a fractured leg that they're making the NFL aware of it. Scheffler reported Monday night at ESPN that they've requested that the league office monitor plays in which offensive players block Hutchinson by taking out his legs. And we've got, so real quick, we're talking a source right here from Independent Aquaman. It's Lions Talk Live. It is trustworthy, but we now have, this is from Odyssey.com, which does the Lions radio. And yeah, this is true, man. There's a few incidents where this happens, where they're going low on Hutchinson. Some of the plays that we saw week 1 in Green Bay, Bears too. Of course, it was the Bears. Be curious to see if there's anybody getting fined for this shit.
There should be. There definitely should be. I don't know how you really prevent something like this. It just really highlights the scumminess of this sport. It's just one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucked. It's fucked in a lot of ways. Like I mean, the way people go after people, I know it's bad. It's bad. But
so here's what's really bad is I want to know where the hell the Dallas Cowboys just scored a bunch of points, because now they're winning 16-13.
What?
Yeah.
Are you serious? No way.
No, dude. We willed it to happen. Too bad by shit talking these guys. 13-16. Dak Prescott now has 11 of 13, 113 and a touchdown. So this is, who did it go to? Dak Prescott threw the ball to himself. He rushed it.
They scored 2 touchdowns in less than 5 minutes.
Pickens caught one
against Green Bay.
Yeah. So is Green Bay going to crumble?
Oh my God. Oh my God! Please, please, please!
Yep, let's go
This is
Cowboys.
incredible.
Can't wait to say this,
Oh
or can't believe
man!
I'm saying this, but yeah,
Oh
I say
man!
let's go Cowboys right now, and let's see Green Bay just plummet. Because if
Let's
Green
go
Bay just
Cowboys.
gets handled in this
Yeah,
game, and Micah Parsons looks like a clown bag.
yeah.
Let's see, what has he done?
Did I ever tell you how much I like Dak Prescott?
Big fan of Dak Prescott. Let's
Yeah.
see, touchdown. Romeo Dobbs has 2 touchdowns. What was I just coming here
Oh
for?
wow.
Oh, I'm coming here for some damn it, my brain's fried. Stats of Micah Parsons. There you go.
Yeah.
Lighting it up. So I'm saying he's lighting it
Oh
up, right?
man. 47 million a year.
Lighting it up. Suckers.
Oh baby. How
So
do
we
you not
got
get to Dak Prescott?
Cowboys scored a touchdown about 10 minutes ago. Not game time, real time. We got a fuck the Packers. I really enjoy that.
Amen.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh
Packers are
my God. If the
frauds.
Packers
You're
lose
right.
tonight.
If they lose tonight, they're
Yeah.
absolute frauds. You have to take them on the top ranked 5 teams. You have to laugh, ha ha ha, about the Micah Parsons trade, like you just said.
Yeah. I did that Lions game is looking like more and more of a fluke the more I see of the Packers.
Yeah, and
That's
it
just
kind
one
of
of those
makes you
things.
wonder, what were they not doing? What were they holding back on, and why?
Yeah.
And yeah, so
I don't
total
know.
fluke.
That's just a mysterious thing.
I don't
Yeah.
get it. I don't even have a
It's
conspiracy
just one
for
of those
that
trap
one.
games. It just happens. It just happens. But man, if the Packers, I mean, I know it's just halftime, but can Jordan Love, lead this team, back down and make some adjustments and handle his business? But Jesus Christ,
It's not only the
it's
money
not the
or the
money or the
picks
picks
that
that
are
are problem.
problem.
An elite
Well
player
said,
doesn't
man.
consistently have grit and overtime bring down their teammates.
It's true.
Yeah,
It really is, and it's
yeah, it's
not
one of
like
those
he's a
things. It's
bad
just like,
attitude, but he's just kind of one of those guys that if
no,
he's not
no.
into it, he's not into
But
it.
is he a good? No, he's not. Was he a good fit for that team?
No.
Because a lot of people said, Lions fans said, you're not a Micah Parsons. You're not an elite edge away from being a Super Bowl contender. And if you're letting Dallas, I mean, if you're getting beaten by the Browns, and if you're letting Dallas back in the game,
And if you're
man,
Micah
that
Parsons,
oof.
that's not your team. That's not your fan base. That's not the locker room you need to go into. You
Yeah,
tried to be bigger than Jerry Jones in Dallas. Let's call it for what it is. Your podcast, everything away,
yeah,
the way you handle yourself, right? And everybody that's been successful at taking Jerry's money long term knows that you can't be bigger than Jerry.
yeah.
And that's
This
exactly
has
what
to
he
be
did.
so gratifying. Yeah. This has to be so gratifying for Dallas Cowboys and their fans, just sticking it to Micah Parsons. This is pathetic. Oh my God.
Well, this is actually a good
Yeah.
point. Lions game in week 1. Dan has every season treated like it's his 5th preseason game. And also ref Cleat with 7 wins and 2 losses against the Lions. He repeatedly allowed the Packers to break rules, etc. And that's true because he let Micah Parsons line off sides. Independent Aquaman, you're on fucking fire.
Yeah.
He did. He allowed Micah
Yep.
Parsons to line up sides multiple times to get that stat. And hey, I'm okay with that, right? So if Dan Campbell, that's a solid point, right? Dan Campbell just treated every game like that preseason. 8 wins, 2 losses against the Lions. He's also disallowed Tesla touchdown. Only reason it was overturned was it was a bit obvious, unlike other stuff. So yeah, this Lions, dude, there are
You
some
should host a
reps.
show with this guy.
Yes,
Yeah.
please come on.
Yeah. You guys
I
know
like
more
it.
about than I do. Fucking A. Oh shit.
I love it, Hermdo.
Well. Yeah.
So what do you think about your Red Wings?
Oh, I don't know. I think, I was gonna make some material on these guys, but I'm liking what I'm seeing from the young guys. I made the videos about it, but there's some inconsistencies with some of some of the different aspects of the game with some of these guys, but they're so goddamn young. Emmett Finney is so young, and Carter Mazur is young, and Amadeus Lombardi is young, but we just know that there's really nothing like too groundbreaking to say. I've been saying it ever since I've been making videos for the Wings. It's just like the young guys are still a little rough around the edges. They're probably not going to be game changers when they get. There's really no. I don't think there's really any game breaking guy in the Red Wings system right now. But there's going to be some like guys to fill like bottom six roles. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. But against like NHL, but granted, you're beating up on Buffalo and Pittsburgh and Chicago's like B teams. But still, I want to see this team. I want to see what they do against like the actual elite teams, like the Floridas, the Edmontons, the Colorados, Tampa Bay's. What can this team? I mean, granted, we're not going to play too many Western Conference teams, but what are they going to do against the teams in the top level of their division? I'll talk about that a little bit. That's what I'm interested to see. But yeah, I think the Wings will probably. I'm like 50-50. They're probably going to miss the playoffs again this year. But
are you okay with that though?
Forward, can the young guys? I just don't care anymore.
Yeah, but are you okay as long as the young dudes look good?
If they look good, fine. I'm not going to be too heartbroken. I'm kind of just like mentally preparing myself for it because the last couple seasons, just like what is with Detroit sports teams and doing so good throughout the middle of the year, or like throughout like the All-Star game, then the All-Star break happens and they just totally fall apart. I don't know what it is. We saw 2 March collapses with the Red Wings in the last 2 years. This season, I think, I think it's got to be kind of a crapshoot. I know this doesn't sound like much of an answer, but I think they'll be all right. They might surprise some people. They could grab onto a wild card spot, but I'm not really expecting too much from this current iteration of the Red Wings. I know next season after this season, they're going to have a ton of cap space to go after some guys and can remake the team. I don't know if I want Yzerman in charge of that bag, but when do I ever get what I want? But we'll see how they do.
I've been watching.
I don't know.
I've been watching those videos, and I guess you've got me convinced that just to believe in the Young Bucks. And I started thinking kind of about how some of these teams have been constructed and how he does his stuff. And there were some learning, a lot of years with Yzerman as the captain of the Red Wings, and they still looked like the Dead Wings. So yes, it took a long time to get to the helm that we achieved, and we had that long-term success because we were patient. So yeah. I think you're right. I think it's going to be a lot more of an enjoyable season to watch if your expectations are yours, because the Tigers.
Yeah, just keep your expectations low, and then maybe they can pull something out. I'm not expecting much from the Wings this season. I think the one team to watch is going to be the Pistons. Besides the Lions, I think it's going to be the Pistons.
I hope you're right, man. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to talking about some Pistons this year. But yeah, so hey, we've been on here for an hour and a half, and I think we've covered it all.
Yeah.
Yep. Oh, I keep burping. I think it's contagious from you now. Well, my burps aren't as good as yours. But yeah, dude, thanks for coming on. I think this was a great episode. I hope we can, in the next few days, get together again and talk about the games that are coming up, and we'll go from there.
Absolutely.
Perfect. All right. Well, One Pride. I love it. Thank you, Hermdo. You're the man. And please make sure you subscribe.
Thank you.
And thanks for all the comments. But we're out. Good night. Peace.
Good night.